everybody. So coming to you live, well, not live, I keep saying live, but it's not really live, from Nassau, Bahamas, or Montague Beach, Bahamas. This is Montague. It's where you get all, if you want to buy fish and stuff, it's kind of where you come, down on the eastern side of the island. Right about sunrise, sun over there trying to peek itself over. This is a little dock here. So, story, we were in Costa Rica. We were gonna spend like 3 weeks in Costa Rica, and we got there, and man, it was expensive. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was beautiful, but it was expensive. And so we stayed there for 5 days, and we decided to go on our next adventure, which would have been, well, from there we were going to go from Costa Rica to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And so we ended up changing our plans and went to book flight to Nassau, Bahamas. My parents live there. And but there wasn't a direct flight to Nassau, so we had to go from Costa Rica to Fort Lauderdale. Well, booked the flight from Costa Rica to Fort Lauderdale, which took us through Orlando. So we flew from Costa Rica to Orlando, and then from Orlando it went to Fort Lauderdale, and the flight leave Fort Lauderdale at 6 something in the morning, and then flew back to Orlando the next day, which would have been a Monday, and then flew to Nassau. But we decided to get off the ship, the plane, and rent a car, and drove from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale through Fort Myers. We have a storage unit there, and we were trying to get some stuff, but by the time we got to the storage unit, the thing was closed. So it was a waste of time in a sense, but it was a nice adventure. And then we hopped on the plane and got here. So we've been here, got here Monday, and it was pretty cool. I mean, cool as in weather-wise. The weather was cool. It was like maybe 40 some degrees, and so it was a nice break. Today is Saturday now. The weather, beautiful weather. The waves was choppy outside, and but today beautiful weather now. And decided to walk down here Montaque Beach, and I'll give you a little story of that in a second. But I'm gonna take a quick pause here, take a photograph here, and then I'll be right back. So talk to you soon. All right, well, I'm back. Just had to take a quick photograph there, but just a little background here with this beach, Montague Beach. So when you travel to Nassau, whether by cruise or airplane or boat or whatever, of course most people come by cruise ships, but if you see out here in the harbor, there's quite a bit of boats, sailors out here anchored. And at one time, so across, if you could see across there, that's Paradise Island across there, and then there's Montague Beach here, and that building behind, that's a government building, but that used to be where the Montague Hotel used to be. It got demolished, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago. When I was a photographer, I had gone in there and take some pictures, some stills pictures of that, and the demolition and all that. So it was pretty cool. And then over this way, this is Montague Dock. So this is the public dock to the left, where you see that boat is. And by the way, that, I don't know if you could see that boat in the back there. That's a Freeman out there, reversing That was in an incident last night, actually, over by. So it was docked over there, and this other boat, the throttle got stuck in reverse and ran into it, and like 4 of the boats got was in a little incident, but it seemed like it's okay, which is good. That's brand. I mean, that boat, it's like $1 million boat. Well, maybe not quite $1 million, but if you had it set up with the engines and everything, it'd be over $1 million. But so here are these potter skis. So this is not potter skis. So this is Montague Beach. Montague. This is where you could get fish and whatnot from local vendors. So I'm gonna walk over there, and they're not really set up yet. They're just getting set up. It's still early in the morning, but it's like the fish market, and you get fish, conch, lobster. This time of the year, still get fresh lobster because lobster season's not over it yet. So hopefully these guys don't give me a hard time. But see they throwing the conch off the boat. Off the boat here, fresh conch. How you doing? Morning. So you want to make some conch salad and such. There you go. No fish yet?
Huh?
No fish yet? Too early?
Yeah, man, fish, yeah.
You got some?
Fish, yeah.
Can I see?
Right now. You
All right.
got fish in the bar.
Just some snappers. I see you cleaning some there. You got some? Yeah, that boat out there was in a little incident over there yesterday. See how them boats over there mash up? That's one of them.
The white one right there?
The Freeman, yeah.
Yeah.
So good to see. That's an expensive boat.
Yeah. Scarborough.
What do you say?
Nah, from Jack.
I don't want any jacks. You got anything bigger than those though? That's a pretty sunrise coming up there. How much for them?
$20 buy.
Clean?
That's my job to do the cleaning.
Your job? How much you charge me to clean?
How much buy you getting?
I just want one.
That's $5, sir.
So $25.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna go walking. I mean, I want them.
Yeah.
Clean them and everything. I'm gonna go walking up there and come back.
Paying for the fish.
All right. How much you say? 20. Hopefully I have 20. It's 10.
What's the yesterday when I bought it?
All right, so that's 10.
No, you telling me for it now.
That's the thing I'm bought.
20. All right. So I'm gonna come back. All right, and
Yeah.
then I'll pay you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Man, look at that sunrise there. Beautiful. So this is the Montague Beach. Montague dock. We got some pretty shells here. We got a couple colored ones. I know he didn't dye those like that. Fellas coming in now. Jesus is Lord. That's right. What do you say? What do you say? Man, this thing, it's looking good. Looking good. That's right. All right, man. Try to get through here and walk down this part of Montague. Like I said, it's Saturday morning, not too much traffic, so. So this is the famous Marina Sailing Club we just passed. So a lot of history with this sailing club. And if you keep walking the way I'm going, so I'm going east right here, you'll end up to Eastern Point. So Nassau is the island itself, 7 miles by 21 miles, so it's pretty small. I mean, you could walk around it, but it'll take you a while. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're coming and visiting, you know, in the past, I would say don't rent a car, but if you could just get used to driving on the left-hand side, you know, it'd be a nice thing to do, to rent a car. I wouldn't rent a motorcycle. People kind of drive a little bit crazy, but there's a beautiful sunrise coming up. But definitely, you know, rent a car, drive around, see the sights. There's a lot to offer. I know if you're coming in by cruise, well, you'll see the sunrise coming in once you're coming into the harbor, or once you coming in the morning. And I know it would probably be a little bit rushed to get things done, but you kind of have plenty of time, and you gotta figure out exactly what you want to do. You know, do you want to put my sunglasses here? You know, are you a beach type of person, or you want to see like the historic stuff, or you just want to try the food, all that stuff? There's a lot that you could do. There's a lot to do and pack in one day. So how you doing, Chief? So like I said, my recommendation, if you're taking a cruise to Nassau, to New Providence, I guess it would be, you know, the best beach, in my opinion, would be going to Cabbage Beach. So to get there, you get a taxi as soon as you walk off the boat. You walk down the pier, you get out to downtown, and then morning you get a taxi and tell them you want to go to Cabbage Beach. Probably costs you about $25. It might be, depends on traffic, maybe a 15-20 minute drive. It'll be a nice drive. You go through part of downtown, you go over the Paradise Island Bridge, or that might not be the name of it, but you go across the bridge, and then they'll take you over to Paradise Island, to Cabbage Beach, and from there you can walk the beach. Really beautiful beach. I'll put some shots in here somehow. I did some drone footage of that the other day, and it's hit and miss with there too. So if you could walk, once you get on there, you could walk left or right. If you walk to the right, you'll end up down by, I mean, it's a good little walk. So be prepared. You'll go to the cove, and the cove is usually pretty calm in the cove there, where you could just hang out and relax and enjoy the beach. If you go to the left, then you'll walk past the hotels, and depends on what's going on, you know, they might not let you go walk the beach down through the hotels, but you come up to the cloisters, where when we were growing up we used to jump off that thing into the water, and then you'll go to the east side of Paradise Island, go through Atlantis, the beach there, and it's really pretty. So, but depends on what time of the year too. So sometimes of the year, like this time of the year, usually, you know, November, in the winter time, it could be a little bit rough over there. In the summertime, be flat, calm, and it'd be the best beach you've ever seen in your life, kinda. But that's Cabbage Beach. What do you say? So that's option one, and you could spend the whole day over there at that beach if you're a beach person. A lot of people, they go to Junkanoo Beach, which is, you get off the ship, you could walk through downtown.
Sorry.
Hey. So you go to the, once you get off the ship, you walk to the right, go through downtown, and you come up to Junkanoo Beach, which is more of a tourist, because it's close to the cruise ships. It's a tourist spot, and I wouldn't recommend going there. And actually, that's where the fish fry is. So if you keep walking that way, you'll come up to the fish fry, which is a good experience to go. I mean, you could, if you want to do it. But as far as going to the beach, I wouldn't go to the beach there. All right, we're gonna turn back around here and walk the other way. So we got some people running, exercising here. So, morning.
6.
Morning.
Yeah.
All right, so we heading back towards Montague Beach. There's Paradise Island over there, and all right, so back to the beaches. So so a couple of things would be, like I said, Junkanoo Beach. You could walk down there and then go to Fish Fry. Right across the Fish Fry, there's a fort, and then there's also a Dasher Gardens type of thing. If you like that type of thing, you could go check that out. All that is right there, all within walking distance, and you could hang out at the beach for a little bit. But the beach is not really that good of a beach to go to. So it's pretty, but then it's kind of rocky in the water and whatnot. The sand is really not that nice sand. It's kind of coarse and whatnot. And so that's option two. If you're looking for something more secluded in a sense, you could there's Jaws Beach, which is the movie Jaws. They filmed one of the movies out there on Jaws Beach. And it's kind of changed since then, but the pier is not there anymore. And but it's further out. It's near the airport. And you'd have to get a taxi, or if you rent a car, you could drive out there and you could get out there. And then there's another beach too, which is a little bit further out. Jaws Beach isn't too bad, but there'll be people out there and whatnot. There's another beach which I wouldn't say I discovered, but I mean, it's always been there. So there used to be a dive shop, Stewart's Cove, out near Life at Key, it's closed down now. At least out there it closed down. But there's a beach out there, and it kind of looks, there's a bunch of abandoned buildings and whatnot, but it's really, how you doing? It's really a beautiful beach out there, and nobody goes out there. Well, maybe a couple people. But if you want peace and private, you can go. And then I'll drop a link down, not a link, but a pointer where that beach is. And I'll probably do a video about that a little bit later. But if you're just looking for just to get away from everything and everybody, like I said, it's a good little ways out. So there's a little drive, and you get to see the some scenery and whatnot. And believe it or not, this beach here, so Montague Beach, they've done a lot of work here in the past couple of years, where I first started. And there's there's a fort here. There's Montague Fort. If you could take a little tour, you could eat some. They have a little shed, a little shack, food shack here. You could get some conch salad, cracked conch, which is a must if you come here. That's the local cuisine. You could get some fruity drinks and so on and so forth there, and then you could just hang out in the water for a little bit in the beach. I see they have some tours where you can take a little tour, and they come by here. So that's Montague Beach, and you get a pretty view of the harbor and Paradise Island. It's more scenic than anything. You know, for a long time the beach I wouldn't recommend it, but this time when I come back, you know, there's been quite a few people hanging out in the water, going for a little swim, a little bit dip. But if you want the best experience, if you really want to get the true Bahamas and the true beach, well, I say the true because that's kind of debate. I mean, it is the true Bahamas. It's probably one of the most beautiful things to do. If you get a charter or rent a boat or get something where you could go to Rose Island, that's where the most beautiful beaches are. And there's one in particular, and I'll put the link down in this somehow. Live to Fish, it's called. So it's a catamaran that you hire, and you can't get it through the cruise ships and whatnot. So Live to Fish, and it's probably one of the best experiences you'll have. They'll take you out fishing, then they'll take you to the beach, out to Rose Island, and then they'll, you know, to clean the fish, feed you, all that good stuff. Have a good little day at the beach, and it'll probably be one of your best experiences here, if that's what you like. So, you know, if you were with a group, it'd probably be better to do it that way. But that's or get a group of people and book that thing. They're booked up pretty quick. So if you're gonna take it, you're gonna want to get on their calendar in advance. So, but that's Rose Island. That's like I said, that'd be the best experience, the best place you'd ever want to. It'd be a beach to remember. A lot of people do the tours. They go to the Pig Island and all that good stuff, which is fine and dandy. It's beautiful out there. I would recommend that too as well. So we're back here to Montague. Where my fella gone to fish?
I don't know.
He up there? All right, I see him. Man, they're cleaning fish there. You got it? All right. What'd you say, 5?
What's up?
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Come on, you do more.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, you do.
So I just got my fish. Gonna do a fry up some fish. So if anybody want some fish, this is where you go to get the fish. Fresh fish. And the weather's been good for the past 2 days, so. Good morning, good morning.
Morning. Thursday.
So I'm gonna go put these fish in the car, and then we'll go walk down Montaque Beach, and you'll see that. But so if you're a fish connoisseur, so I just got me some snappers. Not too big, not too small. They fry up really good. How you doing? How you doing? All right. So we got my snappers put away in the car. Go walk down Montague Beach here. So like I said, this beach has changed over the years, and they've done a really good job. You got a little bit of trash here right now, but you know, that's from overnight. It's still early in the morning. There's the boats in the harbor. And if you can see way down in the front there is Fort Charlotte. I mean, no, Fort Montague. It's really kind of small fort. Protect from the pirates when they coming in, you know, all that good stuff. So, but anyway, let's talk about some fish. So I don't know, y'all, everybody likes fish, but the best way to season it, you get some goat pepper. Goat pepper, cut it up. So, well, they're habanero. We call them goat pepper here. Habanero, you're probably familiar with habanero pepper. But there's some, you could get some fruit, some drinks, fruity drinks and stuff there. Habanero pepper, cut it up, get you salt. I mean, get you a bowl of salt. Well, it depends on how much fish you got, but get you a bowl of salt, cut the habanero, goat pepper up in there into little strips. Then you get you a spoon and you squish them in the salt. All right, that's your seasoning right there. So it depends on how much salt, how much pepper you like. You know, you might not want to put so much pepper, but then you put it all on the fish, season it, let it stay for a couple hours, and that's the best season you'll ever have for fish. Try it. You won't be denied. So one of the things the Bahamians known for is Bahamian food. And you know, food in the Caribbean, to be honest with you, is so I've been traveling quite a bit. Colombia, Costa Rica, Panama, and for some reason foods there kind of lack flavor. But when you get here, it's a different story. So cracked conch, that's where you fry the conch. We have steamed conch. You have conch chowder. That's where you eat it raw. There's scorched conch, which is like a ceviche type of thing. I mean, you name it, you can cook the conch. That's like the most popular thing here. Fish, if you like fish, there's, you know, I just got me some snappers, you know, I'll just fry those. But, you know, you get you some grouper. You can make boiled fish, steamed fish, fry. You could, I mean, there's just so many ways. The biggest thing, if you could get some boiled fish, I mean, if you don't mind spending the money, it costs a little bit more. Well, we've been looking around for some, and you're looking at probably $45 for some boiled fish. But it's good if you find some place that's a place that can make it. Boiled fish is my favorite, especially if they use hogfish. That's my favorite fish too. But, morning. There's Fort Montague here coming up here. And you could go inside and take a tour of it. It's like $2 a person, which is not bad. Get you a piece of history, Bahamian history.
Good. Engage those quads as we're here. Nice to meet you.
All right, so if we look out here, so this is another It's the harbor. Further down into this into pink building, that's Crystal Palace Atlantis. And then you have the bridge over there. And then this dock. I don't know, originally I don't know, well people used to fish on this dock back in the day. In fact, when I was growing up, I used to go fishing out here. Never caught anything. Oh, just little small fish. But it was fun at the time. We got some, look at that sun, beautiful. But there's another view of Montague. There we go. That's Montague for you. So I hope I gave you guys some ideas of stuff to do. You know, there's definitely, if you know, unless you've been to Nassau on a cruise ship for about 10 times, there's really, as small as the island is, there's a lot you could pack into one day. But you could, you know, come here multiple times. You could find different things to do, and I'll definitely recommend at least swinging by Montaque Beach here. Take a look at the fort. Just drive by and take a look at the sights out here. And that's Montague Beach for you. And that's where I'm going to end this video. So see you guys next time.